She's upset because Jimmy Swaggart can't cover his motel bill.
Of course I'm upset about Al. I don't know what to do.
Well, I know what I'd say if a man asked me to sail around the world.
Please, you can't get anybody to ask you out for a cup of coffee.
But that's the silliest thing I ever heard. Feeling guilty for sharing a little kiss with a friend?
Well, see, she's right. There's nothing wrong with kissing a friend.
Or a stranger? Who knows why we acted like we did?
Told me you were engaged. What happened?
The war happened. Augustine went off to fight, and I never heard from him again until today. I wonder why he looked you up after all this time. Are you kidding? He was crazy about me. I was the only girl in the village who didn't want to be a nun. Oh, my God, there must be 2 weeks' worth of papers here.
Oh, now, calm down, honey. This doesn't say dead. It says... Okay, let's get this over with.
Maybe we better think this over. We don't have any right to go breaking into somebody's home.
We're not breaking in. I have a key.
That's so terrific.
3 cakes.
Yeah. Rose had planned a surprise birthday party for me. You were still living at Shady Pines.
You mean the home? Say it, Dorothy. The home.
Anyway, Rose had planned the surprise birthday party for me. Oh, I'll never forget it. I've never had such a surprise. Straight.
Well, if there are no more questions, I'll order some blood work.
I have a question.
Of course, Mrs. Petrillo.
When I order at Feng Chow's and say no MSG, do they really put it in anyway? Gosh, I didn't realize how long Dorothy's solo is. I sure hope the doctor says she's gonna be all right. Whew.
Hi, Ma. What you doing?
Thinking
About what?
about wind, water, rocks, man's place in the delicate balance of nature's harmony. Where we're going, where the road ends.
Gee, Ma, I never knew you were so philosophical.
I'm not, so it's down infinity.
We're only a hair transplant. But hey, look, I don't want to ruin your evening. You go out, have fun. I'll still be here when you come back, God willing.
No, we have tickets to see Merv Griffin in the Crucible. I'll risk it. Come on, let's go. Oh, look, Stan, I made these plans a week ago. How can you expect me to disappoint Rob?
And obviously, I'll just have to cancel.
Blanche, I can't believe this.
You two don't really expect me to limit myself to one man now, do you?
Well, when it's one terrific man, yes.
Well, then I guess you two just don't know me very well.
Blanche, this is the best relationship you've been in the last 5 years. Now, why do you want to ruin it?
Because it's never gonna...
The reason they were so expensive was he had used all imported meats and cheeses.
You know, that story still tickles me just as much as the first time Charlie told it to me.
It just amazes me how much you know about my life with Charlie.
Rose,
I better make sure we packed everything.
Oh, thanks again. Goodbye, Francis. You be good now.
Now, don't you worry about a thing. You go ahead.
What a beautiful little thing.
Yes. What is it, Rose, a boy or a girl?
Of course.
I mean, is it...
I feel hot.
Oh, I feel cold.
I feel guilty. This is all my fault.
Oh, no, Rose, it's all my fault. The minute I found out you were contagious, I should have
About sex.
Ma, I've had sex more years than I care to think about.
I know. I think you're doing it wrong.
Sounds like the guests are arriving.
It wasn't the same without you. We could only spell out St. Oaf.
You know, Rose, you didn't get to go to your high school reunion because you weren't feeling well. Maybe if you'd been to see a doctor, you could have gone.
You don't understand. I'm from St. Olaf. St. Olaf is farm country.
explain our situation. He's always doing charity events.
I guess it's worth a shot.
Yeah. You don't have to go through all that trouble. He'll be at the show. What you need is faith.
And what you need is a psychiatrist who enjoys a challenge.
Oh, please, now we have a real problem. Sophia is missing, and you are my last hope. I've already tried calling Sicily's Department of Missing Persons. They just laughed at me.
You call missing persons in Sicily? You got it wrong. You call them to lose somebody.
But what should I do? Do you know any...
83, close one.
68. Whoa! What is it? You? What about me?
You're dead.
Say what?
I told you you're dead. You must be. It says so in the paper.
Blanche Devereaux, age 68. 68?
Oh, that's terrible. Blanche, your friend Harry wants an answer tonight. What are you going to tell him?
I haven't decided. I guess I'll know when I hear it come out of my mouth.
You'll know when you hear it come out of your mouth. This isn't a belch, Blanche. This is marriage. Will you look at this? She has more colors than Benjamin Moore paints.
It's back.
Hello. Dorothy isn't here. She was arrested on a morals charge this morning. I know, you just never know, do you? Have a nice day. Sophia, did you come to bail us out?
No, Rose. She's dropping off a manicotti with a file in it.
Oh, girls, we're going to get to see Mr. Burt Reynolds. After all, I thought these beautiful tickets were all going to go to waste.
So, which one of you isn't going?
Well,
Blanche, I didn't know you went out. Are you coming back from a date?
you know, Dorothy, sometimes you can be so cruel.
Honey, if you didn't have a date, how come you're so dressed up?
Well, I sat down and tried to think of a surefire place to meet men. It was so obvious, I couldn't believe I hadn't thought of it before. The hardware store.
I just got a special delivery letter from St. Olaf. Uh-oh. It's from the Department of Water and Coffee.
Coffee?
No, thanks. It makes me jumpy.
Kiss your hand, help you down out of your carriage, leave calling cards and little silver salvers.
So how far back do you want to go, Blanche? I mean, do you still want to be able to vote?
I cannot believe I ran out of gas. I checked my tank yesterday. It was half full.
Maybe the gauge is broken.
It's all those foreign... Well, usually I'm one of the ships.
Well, Rose, it's all out in the open now.
I can see that. Holly, I'd like to speak with you in the kitchen, please.
Night. Set it up again, Rose. Rose, honey, how about a piece of bundt cake, huh?
Oh, no, thanks.
I'll try some, Dorothy.
Try some, right, like it's some big experiment, like you got no idea what it tastes like.
The point I'm trying to make is your behavior in this shoe thing is extreme. Now look, that is her right there. She doesn't suspect a thing. Have you got your handcuffs?
Well, yes.
Okay, great. Now look, when I give you one of these, you go into your dance. You got it?
Listen, I think there's...
Oh, my goodness, everybody. I sit with my back to the wall. Except any diner in Newark, where if you're against the wall, you stick. Hi, Blanche. Shouldn't you be lying down?
Yes, but I'm tired of being on my back.
So humiliated my entire life.
Oh, come on. You've been humiliated plenty. Remember when you tried out for cheerleading in high school?
Ma, why do you constantly look for ways to amuse yourself at my expense?
Because we don't have cable and I can't crochet.
flowers for half as much. Would you please make sure Rose receives this note?
Wait, you can't be serious. Why would the premier of Russia want to see Rose?
He was quite moved by her letter. He wishes to extend an invitation to her and her family to visit Moscow and discuss nuclear
Custody of his baby. Oh, my God.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. Oh, I've always dreamed of the chance to be a mother again, but it's a big responsibility.
Oh, it sure is. I'm not sure I could even raise another baby at my age, and I'm far younger than you. And prettier.
It's not pretty.
We better go. We have reservations.
I hope he's taking you to a cold climate.
Good night. Thanks, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Nice meeting you, Harry. Have fun.
The man is a scuzzball.
That Beatle medley.
Next time I'm gonna stick with the material I know.
You mean you intend to go on with this?
Why not?
Honey, because they didn't like you. That's why not. You weren't any good.
Honey, I know I'm not any good.
Then I don't understand.
What? Since it's opening night.
I'll give it to him.
Well, why should you give it to him?
Well, haven't you heard that old theatrical saying?
No.
Never accept a rose from somebody named Rose on opening night.
Evening, ladies.
Oh, hello, Patrick. I got you a little something in honor of opening night.
Well, thank you, Blanche. That's very thoughtful.
Yeah, anymore they say gay.
They say gay if a guy can sing the entire score of Gigi. But a 6'3", 200-pound married man with kids who likes to dress up like Dorothy Lamour, I think you have to go with queer.
I don't know. I mean, he must have had some deep psychological need and cross...
Blanche Devereaux!
Hi, Larry, is that you?
No, Larry's not directing this one. He's sick.
His back didn't go out again, did it?
Good. You do have the Studebaker, don't you?
Almost out of gas and ready to go.
My mother found out about this, she would kill me.
Dorothy, I'm getting the feeling that maybe you're ashamed of me.
Oh, Stanley, don't be silly. Get down! Stan, can't you even wait till we get to the car?
I can turn right around and spit in your face.
I'm sorry, Ma.
Few months, huh? That should give me enough time to finish the scarf.
Ruth was on that date, and wouldn't you know, we ran out of gas on exactly the same spot. And George said, Blanche, why don't you look behind that tree? So I did, and there was a basket with candles and wine and 2 long-stem glasses and a big blanket.
He works very, very hard, and he's very, very rich.
And what else?
I don't know. That's all I've ever heard about Grandpa.
Oh, I see. Oh, I wish you'd known Grandpa, Charlie. You'd have liked him a lot.
Do you think he would have liked me? Liked you?
Pierre Freudensteuffer. He worked in his father's quiche factory. And his father loves...
Do I look like I just fell off the turnip truck?
No. But you do look like the woman who used to drive it.
Now, look, Rose, we have to talk. Now, look, the food dish is overturned. There was a hole in the newspaper. The potted palm out in the hallway has been dug up. I cannot live like this.
Dorothy, please don't send me away. I'll try harder.
Sure, you're 5 years older. So am I. So is Blanche. All right, so... You have a few more wrinkles. So do I. So is Blanche. All right, you're a little thicker around the middle. So is Blanche.
And that must be my socks and underwear coming back from the laundry. That is one of the biggest drawbacks of being without a wife. Chrissy.
I had to talk to you, Big Stan. Why didn't you return my phone calls?
There's nothing to talk about, Chrissy.
Big Stan.
You startled me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Next time I'll knock.
Like your bathrobe.
Yeah. Kids gave it to me for Father's Day.
I wish I had that knack. It's nice to know I have a friend like you who cares. Dorothy, I have a confession to make. Rose didn't lose Fernando. I gave him to Daisy when she was helping out with the rummage sale.
Well, then there's no problem, honey. Just call Daisy and get Fernando back.
Oh, myself.
We have created a poetry-writing citrus farmer who writes letters with a lavender felt pen. And Rose thinks he's the most fascinating creature on earth. Now, what do you think that says?
About Rose?
About the whole bunch of us.
Dorothy, I got a big problem.
The Metamucils.
The show on the road.
Ma, I know you're in there.
The wedding is off.
She doesn't approve.
She doesn't approve. Now look here, Stretch. I have 100 cheese puffs and a sensitive assistant, both on the verge of collapse. Whatever.
As a blind person.
I'll talk to her. Rose? Yes. Lily, I know you just wanted to see if I was all right.
She makes me crazy. She's always putting down my way of life, my choice of career. She's never been there for me when I've needed her. Never. And all she ever talks about is how much money she has.
Dorothy, there's upsetting news. She's broke. She invested all her money in junk bonds, and now she's broke.
She has no money?
It's mean.
Girls, Ray and I aren't dating. I mean, Miles is in Europe with some students, and I needed an escort for the Children's Hospital fundraiser. Miles suggested I take Ray. As a friend, that's all.
Well, then you're missing a prime opportunity, honey. Going out with your boyfriend's friend is very exciting. Take it from me, I wrote the book on dating.
Anyway, I was on my way to the laundromat, and I just happened to pass by and thought I'd drop in.
Well, you gonna sing for us tonight, Dorothy?
Yeah.
Come on. No, I'm not prepared.
Oh, come on, you gotta sing for us
I wouldn't
again.
know what to do.
Oh, come on.
Hey, she said she's not prepared. There's no use
Will
asking.
you look what I found? Sheet music! Blanche, the miniseries.
When is old Lady Claxton's funeral? I want to pay my respects.
Pay your respects. I thought you hated her.
I did. But when a person dies, you go to their funeral to show the man upstairs you have respect for human life, no matter how wretched it was. Any idiot knows that.
I knew that.
See?
Minutes by herself out in the car. We're really going to have to be there for Ma.
Oh, Dorothy, Sophia's like my own mother. Until she feels better, I'm not going to think about anything else. My car! It's ruined!
It's just a little scratch. I could live with it.
What did you...
Tom, the truth is, I don't have any magical powers.
Boy, have I been stupid! I haven't felt this dumb since I found out William Conrad wasn't one guy in a jacket and another guy in a pair of pants.
Ben?
Why? Well, because I realized too late that I put myself ahead of my children. And now I've never had the chance to make up all the time I didn't spend with them. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. Maybe it's because deep down I wish you were really mine, so I could try.
It was an awful thing to see.
Hey, hearing it is no walk in the park.
Mr. Snuffles never did get over his feeling of alienation. He grew fat and despondent. The last report we had on him, he stowed away in a truck to Chicago and tearfully surrendered himself to the Oscar Mayer people.
Sing.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of things. Like you.
Hardly.
Like me.
Definitely.
Like us. These past 3 weeks have been amazing.
They have been pretty amazing.
It's amazing that I I just... Look, Ma, please, we'll discuss this after Stan leaves.
What's to discuss? You're leaving me behind to guard the house like an old watchdog. I hope a neighbor comes by to give me fresh water.
Hello, Stan.
Dorothy, hello. You look fantastic.
Please, Stan.
Like this.
Don't be silly. I'm enjoying every minute.
Every hour. I can't believe the buses are so late.
I suppose I should call the kids again. Are you sure you shouldn't call your daughter?
Mother's Day isn't until tomorrow. She knows I'll be there.
Clayton is a hobo?
No, Dorothy.
Oh, well, that's understandable. I mean, the possibilities are overwhelming.
Exactly. The Johanssons wanted to pickle the herring, and the Lindstroms wanted to train him for the circus.
Weren't they kind of hard to see riding on the elephants?
Here, Rose, what do you think of Cheryl Teague's nose?
Oh, very nice. Kind of small. Grandpa Nyland always said, the air is free. You might as well have a big honker and suck up as much as you can. Of course, Grandpa Nyland looked like he'd caught a boomerang.
Discard already. I'm 80. I'd like to live long enough to see the next hand.
Don't need to, Ma. Gin.
You're taking advantage. You know I'm whacked out on blood pressure medicine.
Honey, if the medicine bothers you, change the prescription.
I like being whacked out. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. My day...
Blanche is right. Oh, he's reasonable. He'll understand.
I'm going to call him, and I'm going to tell him the truth. You were right all along, Dorothy. The truth is always the best.
That is very wise, Rose.
Well, I don't want you to think I just made that up. I saw it this afternoon on TV.
Hope to think you can be just as dopey at 82.
So, do you want to get a divorce?
Hey, I'm Catholic. I don't need a divorce on my record with St. Peter in spitting distance. I say we get separated.
Fine. That's a better idea.
Everybody, this is Glenn. Glenn, I'd like you to meet...
No, don't tell me. Rose, Blanche, and Mrs. Petrillo. These are for you.
Okay.
Where's Derek?
Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche. The police came for him and he ran away.
He's gone? Gone again?
Are you all right, Blanche?
Oh, yeah.
Princes and kings leave their wives in palaces and dance the bossa nova.
Excuse me, what does that mean?
I think it means today is placebo pill day. I'm going to bed.
This is all very confusing. Now, I'm supposed to meet a Dorothy Zbornak at this address.
Woman who beats her laundry on a rock? I meant you should move here to Miami.
Oh, that's a great idea. Angela, you would love Miami.
Angela, what do you say?
Oh, I don't know. I'm too old to pick up and move to a strange country.
What are you talking about? Before your husband died, you lived here for 30 years.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, honey.
Okay, the diamond's not very big. Okay, it's not a real diamond. It's a thought that counts. Okay, I didn't put much thought into it. It was cheap. I'm cheap. What can I tell you?
Stanley, honey, why don't you let me help you pick out something else for Catherine?
I'll help too. Anyway. Everybody in the village hated Ingmar. So we grabbed our torches and climbed the hill to his castle and pounded on the great oak door, but there was no answer. So we...
Einstein loved all mankind. She was... Celia Rubinstein.
This funeral isn't for Celia Rubinstein, it's for Frida Claxton.
The Rubinstein funeral is down the hall.
was named Lindstrom. I used to make it for him on his birthday and other holidays.
Wait a minute, your last name was Lindstrom. You named your cat Lindstrom Lindstrom?
Yes, it was less confusing for him.
I'm gonna clear the stuff from inside.
She's something.
A real pistol.
Energy she has. Look at this meal she made us just...
I made it as fast as I could.
I just couldn't believe you forgot the peanut butter vanilla ice cream. It's Mario's favorite.
I was so sure chocolate was his favorite. That's why I brought it this morning.
Oh, my goodness me. I have to tell you something. It's just so hard. I don't know how to tell you, except I guess just straight out.
What?
Well, Elliot made...
I suppose I have to tell her.
Oh, yes, you do. You cannot let the police tell her. Oh, the night George died, my telephone rang and a highway patrolman said, "Pardon me, ma'am, do you have a yellow convertible and a husband named George?" I said, "Yes, of course, good grief, what's happened?" And he said, "Hold on, ma'am. Put me on hold with that music while you wait."
I'm not patronizing you. I'm mocking you. Look, Ma, if there is a hurricane coming, it's not going to get here for a while, so come on. Sit down and relax.
Okay. I'm glad we have this quiet time before the storm hits, because there's something I'd like to tell you.
Changed my mind. I was wrong to ask for all those gifts.
Dorothy, you see, I knew she'd come to her senses.
I decided cash is better. That way I can buy exactly what I want.
I'll get my purse.
No, Blanche, I'm not going to let you do that. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and if after all...
A little. Who wants an eclair?
Oh, God, that's John. Oh, I just hope I can be mean enough.
Dorothy, do that thing you do to me in the morning when I try to take a piece of bacon off your plate.
Blanche,
I hope I didn't offend you.
No harm done, darling. Now, I want you to promise me you won't fret none.
Well, I would, except I'm not exactly sure what fret none is.
Oh, Daddy, I'm so glad to see you. Get on over here and sit down.
Oh, I can't stay, honey. I got some business to attend to.
oh, your mother was just having fun.
Yeah, well, all this fun is killing her. Just wish she'd moved in with me when I asked her to.
Kirsten, you're just upset. We all are. But you have to know, these two women love her like a sister. And I love your mother like she was my own.
Yeah, well, you're forgetting one thing, though. I'm her daughter.
Intelligent letter to Reagan and Gorbachev might just do the trick. Anybody know how many Z's there are in Tsar?
I don't know why I bothered to make this. I could have had Rose sit on my hand.
To this day,
My health. Did I mention I've got my health?
Rose.
Don't say anything. I've given this a lot of thought.
Wait a minute.
No, Rose, you listen. Charlie was the most station. I usually listen to WXDC, All Talk Radio, but this morning a little voice told me to turn the dial, so I did, and I tuned in right in the middle of this contest. They were looking for the 12th caller. Well, 12 has always been my lucky number, so I pulled over and I got my change ready. I always keep 2 dimes with me.
Oh, really? Listen, I know one of the judges. Just keep telling the little bald guy he's been naughty.
Hello, my name is David Patton, and I'm looking for Mr. George Devereaux.
Yeah, I'll get him. Oh, he's dead.
I mean, he must really think we're stupid.
Really stupid? How could we possibly need 3 dozen spud gaskets?
What, spud gaskets?
That's what goes on the end of a hose bib. We couldn't need more than a dozen at most.
Rose, how do you know about this?
Well, I know a lot about plumbing.
Yes. Murray Gutman?
Oh, maybe we can get him to turn his jacket inside out. I'm sure the lining isn't as loud.
His tuxedo has nothing to do with it.
I don't understand.
He can't come to the club.
Why not?
Gutman.
What are you talking about?
Gutman. He's Jewish, isn't he?
Ma, wait a minute. Ma, did you let Billy play?
Billy.
Little boy, brown hair.
She knows who he is.
He played a little.
Ma, that was illegal.
Was. I gave him a sandwich so he'd make weight. Unfortunately, on the first play, it gave him a cramp and he had to sit out. But they won it without mint.
Don't yell, I heard you the first time.
It's nice to sit here at the beach.
Yeah, beach is nice, always was.
My Sal used to like the beach.
Tell me about it. That's why you wanted to open our pizza knish stand on the boardwalk in Coney Island.
I don't know. For me, it was better the first time. What do you think?
Right this way, please.
So why do you want me to be at your house tomorrow?
I want you to be there when I kill myself.
It felt real and familiar, made me feel like I've been kissing strangers for the past 7 years. And then suddenly tonight I was with a familiar, and I must say, surprisingly agile old friend.
So what are you going to do now?
Oh, you do have a problem, Dorothy.
Last week I left him a stool sample. If I can talk to him about that, you can tell him
Leonard, help me out here. Where on that diet
Hi, Ma.
Hi, Dorothy.
Ma, come back. I want to sit and have a little talk.
Why?
Come on now. Would it hurt to spend
Toys when no one was looking? When I come to pick you up, I figure you're going to say you never want to go to school again. But what do you tell me? You love it. You made a new friend named Debbie.
Ma, what the hell does this have to do? Wait a minute. How did you know what happened? I mean, if
The records, bake cookies. No, we can't let this nasty flu get us down.
It's bad enough we have to miss the banquet. Must we also participate in a Girl Scout jamboree?
I was just trying to be kind. Courteous, helpful.
Well, dock it off. I've had it up to here with your cheerful disposition.
Oh, I hurt my back. I'm paralyzed. Oh, it's you. Look where you're going.
We're almost through with our half of the list.
Rose, tomorrow I want to double the number of sandwiches. Grab some of that aluminum foil.
Are you two still gonna sell lunches? Even after that Johnny No Thumbs leaned on you again?
He didn't lean on it.
Honey, look at what you're wearing. You can't go like that.
I think the funeral home has someone who handles that branch. But thank you for caring.
I'm talking about our double date. Good grief, this place looks like a hospital ward. Dorothy, don't you know Mike and Larry will be here any minute?
Blanche, I had a chill.
I have another question. Are you wearing a saber under your coat?
Yeah, I think it is. I'll see you later.
Ma, take off the coat. Ma, did you forget to take your blood pressure medicine again?
Didn't go out on Halloween. I was a wreck. But the year went by and no curse. Then the next year went by. No curse. Then finally, when I was 15, Mama took me to the doctor because I still didn't have the curse. And he said, Blanche, do you mean to tell me you still don't have your period? And I said, well, of course I have my period, you fool. I'm not a child. I've had my period.
Dorothy, you know what this means?
White wine with dinner?
Do I look like I'm laughing? Here, read this note.
If Kevin Kelly doesn't play in Saturday's game, Dorothy Z sleeps with the fishes.
Dorothy, please, give the kid a D.
Oh, come on, Ma. It's just a prank.
Oh, Dorothy, I don't think you...
Is that it makes no difference at all in her life. It is just a concept. It is not based on reality. That will cheer her up.
Nothing will cheer me up. It has rained on my parade.
Hello. Oh, Dr. Parks, come right in.
Who is that?
The vet.
Dr. Parks, I don't believe you've met Blanche.
Well, no, he has not, because I certainly would remember it if he had. Well, I want to thank...
Now, Green Team, you'll have 15 seconds to grab as much money as you can. Who's going to grab today?
I'm going to grab today, Guy.
Wonderful, Dorothy. You ought to make quite a haul with those meat hooks. Tiffany, let's have our big money smock and the big money goggles.
Are
awkward with you and Dad not talking?
Oh, no, just a minute. I'm not the one who ran off to Maui with someone half my age and twice my bra size.
You see what I mean? That's why we're getting married in Bahamas.
You are not getting married on an island by a priest wearing clam diggers and a Harry Belafonte shirt. You're gonna get married...
In case I'll get a boob job, too. I'm not going to the hospital. People die there. They go in, they don't come out.
Ma, that is not true.
I'm still not going.
Sophia, you have to go. You can't just ignore your hernia.
Blanche is right. I mean, right now it's very minor. But, honey, left untreated, it could be very serious. Honey, so happens I'm having dinner with Dr. Lee Kagan, a medical corporation.
Our Dr. Kagan. The Dr. Lee Kagan I love more than life itself.
Dr. Kagan? Hubba, hubba, zing, zing, baby, he's got everything.
So, what are you doing here? You've seen everybody, nobody found anything wrong with you, and between their workups and mine, there are no more tests to run.
Yeah, but I know
Look,
how
Mrs. Warner, your main complaint is you're tired. I get tired, too. It's called getting old.
Dr. Bud, that's not what this is. Ma, that's a microwave.
I know, I want to get this over with as quickly as possible.
Oh, Ma, I thought you'd be happy for me. I mean, Stan has changed. He's made a commitment. He's matured.
Sophia, he put the ring in a potato. Bruce Willis's hair.
Blanche, I want to talk to you.
I'm in no mood to fight.
Neither am I. That's what I want to talk about. We've been at each other's throats for weeks. We've also been running ourselves ragged, trying to outdo each other. It has to stop.
I'm not giving Fidel up, Sophia.
Welcome back, sweetheart.
It all happened so fast. He grabbed her. She bit him. He stuffed her in his calamari wagon and sped away. And that, dear grandchildren, is how my parents met.
Practical joke!
I can't believe it. She fell for it again. You want to have yachts tattooed on your forehead. Here you go. You are brilliant, Harry.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Gadget, you didn't see the robbers.
One of the robbers of my mama's jewels.
Okay. We're getting the basic system.
Whatever.
But not from you, from your competitor.
What?
Because what you were trying to do was terrify us into spending more money than we have. Now get out of here before the victim of violent crime in this house is you.
For one good ticket way up front.
What about me?
I thought about that. This is the plan. We'll get one of those really long overcoats. I'll stand on your shoulders and...
And what? Blend in with the circus folk?
Dorothy, I need to get close to the Pope so I can ask him to come and bless my friend Agnes in the hospital.
Oh, I have a confession to make. Ma, I came here to beg you for the last time not to get married. I didn't want you and Max together because it looked like you were cheating on Pop. I know it doesn't make any sense, but I still think of the two of you as being married, and I didn't want Max taking Pop's place, but...
I'll get the baby's things.
Come on, it's 6:30. We're already 5 minutes behind schedule. Rose, before you bring in the sauce, tell us what ingredient you added.
Well, I don't want to spoil the surprise. I'll give you a hint. They're sugary and they're great.
He's your uncle, but you have to realize that we're both adults and capable of a caring, warm relationship.
How was the sex?
So good we named it!
I remember that crazy excuse you used when you didn't hand your paper in. What was it? Oh, that you married that kid, Stan. What's his name?
Gee, I don't remember.
I'm having a little trouble getting started. I can't seem to get my thoughts organized.
Well, maybe you'd like a little help.
Really? I certainly could use
Good morning!
Good morning,
Hey, Dorothy, how was your date? Did you have a good time?
Oh, Blanche, I can't thank you enough. I had a fantastic time.
Well, now, didn't I tell you? Go on now, don't...
Anything you're going to regret?
Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Would you two please sit down? A terrible mistake has been made here, and I'm the one who made it. See, I thought you all would go out once and eat a boring dinner and tell each other a couple of boring stories.
Sorry, dear. To Blanche Devereaux, the most wonderful woman in the world.
Now, Richard, you stop that.
No, I mean it. And my kids agree with me. They're really crazy about you.
Richard, there's something I have to ask you.
I have something to ask you, too.
Okay, you first.
And they live in St. Olave's?
Yes.
Oh, you must be very proud of them.
I am. So when was it you visited St. Olaf?
Oh, Lord, it must be 50 years ago now. I went to a wedding.
Let me get this straight. Blanche couldn't get the hang of Dirty Dancing, but you could?
Dorothy, now do you see why I'm so embarrassed? Can you imagine a dance with movements just like making love and I can't do it?
Relax, Blanche. Maybe standing up is what's throwing you.
How to get in touch with Morley Safer?
I wonder who that could be.
Maybe it's the Count's clarinet player, Henny Goodman.
Angela!
No, Sophia Loren. I stopped using oil of Olay.
Angela!
Blanche.
I think much of the credit goes to the food. It's original yet familiar, piquant yet comforting. Blanche tells me she worked very closely with the caterer.
Did she tell you they were naked most of the time?
You'll have to excuse my mother. She was a witness to the Hindenburg disaster.
Read this.
It's just a hell of a book. Ma, I don't know how much more of Magda I can stand.
We're so close to the Bermuda Triangle, it'd be a shame for her not to see it.
You know, you really can't blame Magda. It's all this communist ideology that's
Through her things.
Went through with things. Why didn't you just ask her?
Oh, hey, I don't stick my nose in where it doesn't belong. That must be them.
Hi, Mama. This is...
To Waxahachie, Mississippi. The town 4th of July picnic.
Is Jeremy coming over to a taxi or is he driving the rental car to the airport?
He's taking the car.
Uh-huh, well, that's good. Oh, I guess this is it.
Oh, I hate these moments.
Me too. I never did learn how to say goodbye.
Before my father finished the sentence.
You married your father?
My father told Stan that he had to marry me. I was pregnant.
You had a blow-gun wedding?
If you live in the Amazon...
It was kismet. Suddenly, we were spiritually connected soulmates.
And then you threw your underwear at me, didn't you, love?
So sue me. I just got caught up in the moment. Terrific, please come inside. I don't want your job. We'll figure out a way to get it back for you.
There's only one way to get my job back, and that's to prove to my fans that I deserve the name Mr. Terrific. Hello, fans! It's me, Mr. Terrific!
Everything I said would happen has. He's been more attentive, he's sent you flowers, he's done your laundry, and returned most of it. We're right on schedule, but tonight he's going to ask you if you're seeing other men. Do you know what you're going to say?
Oh, Angelo, actually, we've all been deceitful, too. Stanley and I are divorced. I hope you're not disappointed.
No, I'm thrilled. I never liked him. He's a yacht.
And we're not comfortable with the people. I'm not comfortable with the whole thing.
But you need the group support, Dorothy. I mean, it's not a good idea to go it alone. Did I ever tell you about my cousin Vigdor Frickin? He tried to go it alone in a three-legged race. Well, you know what happened to him?
Please, Rose, I don't want to hear...
He was loving, he was loyal, he was fun. He never left my side.
I wish my ex had been like Fluffy. Would have solved a lot of problems.
You could have had him fixed.
You told us, Blanche, because he's blind.
Yes, because he's blind, but you don't know what it meant to me dating a blind man. John took away the one thing I'd always felt secure about, my looks. How do I always attract men? By being pretty, by acting sexy, showing a little leg. With John, those things don't work. I spent half the time
Right now.
Look, Ma, it's important to be accurate. Now look at the box.
Hey, Pussycat, it says here from ages 8 to 80. I'm out.
Come on, Ma.
Hi, Dorothy. Sophia?
You kids have fun tonight?
Oh, did we ever? There's this...
Okay. Bye.
I'm alone?
It's going to take a while for everybody to get used to this. So, what do you say? Will you marry me? I want to get my life together. I mean, I'm really no good being single. Just look around.
Sophia, there's something I don't understand. Now, you're always a bit ornery, unpleasant, impolite, even downright mean. That's part of your charm.
Thank you, you bed-hopping relic. Hello. Yeah, hello. Your hair got white. So did yours. You still got that cat? The same cat I had 30 years ago? Fine, you ask the questions. Don't tell me what to do.
Ladies, now let's not lose our tempers.
If you...
Rose, I think he's referring to autumn. Donald, maybe we better go.
You know, Rose, we have a special section set aside for local artists. When you finish the series, maybe we could hang them in the museum.
Wow, hanging in the museum? Well, none of my relatives ever hung in a museum.
He needs help. I never thought this could happen to my father. Other people's parents get old and grow frail and need taken care of, but somehow I'd always thought Big Daddy would go on forever.
Honey, we all think of our fathers that way. We remember them as...
But you give me your honest advice. Can I still pull it off?
Right now, I'd be surprised if you could cut it off.
Are you implying that I might have gained weight?
There's only one way to find out. Here's the scale.
Oh, fine.
Not proud of this, but there's something I have to show you.
Oh, please, I've done a lot worse. I've done panties over pants, bras over blouses. One East I
Dorothy. Dorothy.
Well, that's that. Let's eat. I'm starved.
Dr. Elliot Clayton has bonged every female member of the country club.
Can you let that happen to Dorothy?
Can you let that happen to little Mei Ling? Hasn't she suffered enough?
Not as much as I have listening to that story.
Forget the story.
All of them with Napoleon complexes, something to prove.
And jobs, Blanche. They all had jobs.
In a diamond mine.
All I'm trying to say is we had fairy tales in St. Olaf that weren't violent, and they had positive role models. Like Gus in the recliner.
Deaf. Well, I just got the autopsy results. And they showed that Al's arteries were completely clogged. Oh, his diet was terrible. He never ate a vegetable. He lived on fatty foods. He'd have meat for dessert. You didn't kill him, Mrs. Nyland. He killed himself.
Harry, I win.
We don't have a dictionary.
Yes, we do.
Not anymore. The robbers took it.
They stole our dictionary?
That's right. Too bad.
Ma, disdam is not a word. You made it up.
It's a word.
Fine. Use it in a sentence. She's not out there.
She isn't in her bedroom. There's no one in the kitchen now, but I think she was there. The coffee's still warm.
Oh, Ma, that's because we were in there drinking it less than an hour ago.
Excuse me, Miss Marple. I'm new at this. Blanche, where have you been?
Blanche, why didn't you call us? You had us worried.
Oh, I remember the first time I ever saw the ocean. It was on my honeymoon. My husband, Charlie, and I drove from Minnesota to New York. Well, actually, we were driving to California. We were young and in love, and I was blowing in Charlie's ear. He lost his sense of direction on the turnpike.
I decided...
Wait, just a minute. They would fight over who got to keep the footprints you left in the mud?
It was a poor village, Dorothy. What did you want them to collect? Fabergé eggs? Anyway, I was too vain to be the second most beautiful girl. Don't I always?
I love you.
I love you too. I look at him, I see Errol Flynn.
Hound. When he came to pick me up for our blind date, I couldn't believe it. He jumped out of the car and he ran up the walk and bounded up onto the front porch. And I remember thinking, he's going to trip on those ears. But he didn't. So there he stood before me.
Okay, what do you think of this one?
Dorothy, you and Elliot have been out almost every night this week. He's obviously hooked. You don't have to look good anymore. What you have on is fine.
Sunday.
Oh, you don't want to come on a Sunday, Dorothy. The men have been watching football all day long. They're drunk and rowdy.
Yeah, you want Sundays,
Please.
It's a deal.
Oh, Dorothy.
Puppy.
You know, Sophia, actually, you're pretty straightforward.
It's a gift. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock I'll go to work with you. We'll take care of it.
Oh, thank you, Sophia.
You're welcome, Pussycat.
I'm not Dorothy.
From now on, I'm calling everybody Pussycat. It's cheaper than buying new glasses.
My face and body might start to go, and then I have nothing to make me special.
That's not what makes a person special, Blanche. You're special because you're a kind, decent, loving individual with a wonderful heart and a beauty that comes from your soul.
That's that Minnesota crap again about the meaning of...
Such a charmer. He and Sophia are really getting along.
Can I tell her? Glenn asked Dorothy to marry him.
Do it! Oh, marry him, Dorothy. Even if you have to sign one of those prenatal agreements.
Oh, I'm so happy. How do you remember all this?
I tagged him for migratory purposes.
Dorothy, come on, the auction needs you. The children need you. Please, won't you reconsider?
Oh, all right. It's only one night. I'll go, but I'll tell you, I really hate this.
Oh, come on, Dorothy. That balloon man couldn't have been that terrible.
If you get rid of it, the sore heals, and you feel better.
Anger is like a piece of shredded wheat.
You want poetry? You listen to Neil Diamond. You want good advice? You listen to your mother.
Maybe you're right.
Ellen, it is for you, Devereaux.
5 seconds. Once again, here's Guy Corbin.
Thank you very much. Welcome back. It's time to spin the big money wheel on Grab That Dough. Spinners, mosey on down.
A narrow-minded ostrich who
who only believes what she can see and feel and touch? Oh, Rose. Simple Rose. Rose, you are so wise. None of us would feel if we were stood up 3 times. 3 whole times. 3 in a row. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche. Oh, come on, honey. Sit down. Now, it's not so bad. Do what the rest of us do.
Anyway, when we finally got to the dance, why, Richard dropped me off, and I turned and ran smack into a man so gorgeous. He made Richard J. Wilde look like a prepubescent choir boy.
George.
No, Ernie Willis. Well, Ernie smiled, and the next thing...
Pack, we're leaving early.
No, it's important.
Mother, there's nothing to talk about.
Oh, yes, there is. And I should have done it a long time ago. Kirsten, your father wasn't who you thought he was.
I don't think it's necessary.
Blanche is dating Norman. You're sleeping better than you have in years. And Sandy Duncan is finally back on TV.
I think we should have a little talk with her.
You know Sandy Duncan?
My name isn't Sophia Pahawkins.
Excuse me.
Rose, what the hell is going on?
That one itty-bitty detail about you.
That I'm a priest.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know.
What'd you think? You were just a boring dresser?
She's just never seen me in cleric's clothing.
I didn't know you priests could take your clothes off.
Sorry for the interruptions, but I think every 80-year-old in the city has gone berserk.
Hey, what can you say? There were some sick people out there. By the way, will my monkey be okay on my lap, or should I get a chair?
I have a place for your monkeys. Oh, you who's exhausted. Maestro, how about something with a little octane?
Okay, little lady. All right, boys, take it away. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
What, do I owe you gas money? Let me get my purse.
No, please let me explain the way I acted last night. My wife died 2 years ago. I really haven't dated since then. I wanted to get back into the swing of things, so I read up on what modern women want, you know, equality.
He shot my balls! Thank God, I hated that thing. What are you doing shooting? Are you crazy?
I heard a noise. I thought it was the robbers.
I managed to live 81 years. I survived pneumonia, 2 operations, a stroke. One night I'll belch and...
Bruce Willis's hair.
Blanche, I want to talk to you.
I'm in no mood to fight.
Neither am I. That's what I want to talk about. We've been at each other's throats for weeks. We've also been running ourselves ragged trying to outdo each other. It has to stop.
I'm not giving Fidel up, Sophia. Gosh, I didn't realize how long Dorothy's solo is. I sure hope the doctor says she's gonna be all right.
Bill has film in it. Oh, I'll bet these are the pictures from Charlie's last birthday. I took most of our savings, and I bought him a couple of acres of the most beautiful land in Minnesota. Oh, girls, you should have seen the look on his face when it was delivered. nice place in Chicago. It'll be a lot easier for me to get used to new surroundings than it would be for her.
You really think you moving to Chicago is going to solve Lily's problems?
I want to help her.
Oh, look, I don't think you're helping her by offering to be a nursemaid. I mean, Lily is not an invalid.
You don't understand. All our lives, Lily was the one who always took care of me.
Blanche, how much longer do I have to have this hot towel on my face?
Now just be patient, Rose. When I tell you to remove this towel, you are going to see what a dramatic difference.
I'm Rose. I am going to keep one arm around your waist to make sure you don't disappear again.
Dorothy, this is Alfred. He's an ear, nose, and throat specialist. He says he's been looking for love in all the wrong places.
Dorothy. Gloria. Stan.
Good news, Dorothy. I'm off the monkey.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it. I feel lightheaded. I think I'm gonna...
Great. Oh, Chrissy can't. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, really? No, I didn't know that could happen from a tanning machine. Oh,
7. I love you.
Oh, don't say that, David Dellinger.
7. Take me.
But, Jimmy, I like you, but not in that way.
Oh, great. First person I reach out to in 22 years, and then you reject me.
Oh, Jimmy.
Okay, players, prepare to play the final simulated game of the day. Our contestants, Professor Reginald Bradley of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, Dr. Julie Stever, Chief of Neurosurgery, Victory Memorial Hospital.
Seems like we still couldn't let go of the past. Oh, Melissa, I don't want to go through that again. I would just die if I thought that was going to happen to us.
She just found out that Gene Shalit wants his hair to look that way.
I'm sorry I'm late, but I had to go downtown to get some special herbs. I'm throwing together another little aphrodisiac for Blanche. I better get to my work.
Girls, we can't fire her now. She's making me an aphrodisiac.
Oh. Well, in that case, go get 'em, Tiger.
You know, Ma, I've been thinking. Since I got a raise in salary, you should get one in your allowance, too.
And you ask why I love this woman? Somebody deserves a hug for that.
But before...
पण राजा फक्त तूच माझ्या दिलात
apple.